Siku zimepita kama upepo baridi, kumbukumbu zako bado zinanikaribi. Mbona giza linafunika nuru? Maisha bila wewe nawekwa juu ya muundo mbovu. Huzuni yangu ni mto wa machozi, kila tone lina hadithi ya maumivu mazito. Kila pumzi ni mwito wa moyo wangu, nirudishie furaha njiani kwangu.
Hello, welcome back. It is yet another episode of the Journey of Grief, and it is very, very nice to have you here. My guest today makes me very excited. Number one, because we went to the same high school, and we are always talking about how in our high school, we don't have reunions, we don't meet, most people are not friends, but for some reason, you just get that one or two people that you just talk to throughout. So she is my one out of two people that I still am closely in touch with. And it's so good to have her here. Like I always say, when you see people walking around, you cannot tell the journeys they've been through. You cannot tell that they have experienced loss and have had to endure the grief that comes with it.
I grew up knowing that I'm loved, that I'm wanted, and he was such a present father. I thought he would beat it because that was not his first time being hospitalized. Actually, before you pass on, you see your loved ones that have gone ahead of you.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's studied, it's there, you can read about it. We lost him and lost everything that was tied to him. We expected like people like his family, not all of them, but his immediate siblings. Of course, my dad was the only son, so the rest are just ladies. Yeah. So we expected probably our aunties would hold my mom through the grief. My mom is the only child, so it's bad enough that she doesn't have siblings. We expected them to be a support system for her, but it turned out not to be. My name is Yvonne Kahoro. I'm a mother and a businesswoman. It is such a joyful moment to have you here, and to have me here too.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been a long minute.
Yeah. And thank you for starting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yvonne is always those people that they're just good vibes. You just feel chilled. It's like being at home. You know how when you're at home, you just feel relaxed. You can just be yourself.
Yeah.
She's not those people that will give you, okay, sometimes anaweza kupea pressure, this one, especially when she's globe-trotting around here. Yeah, but she's those people who are just bubbly and full of life. Yeah, and she has a story. She has a story behind it. So welcome again.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you. You look amazing. Na tume-match hapa black and white.
I know. Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get straight into it. A couple of years back, you lost your dad.
Yeah.
Of course, for most of us who lose touch, we only see things through social media, maybe when you post something. Yeah. And one thing I picked up from what you used to post is that you and your dad were very close.
Super close.
You were like kabisa besties, you know?
My bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about young Yvonne growing up with her father.
Oh, I was my dad's sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I grew up knowing that I'm loved, that I'm wanted, and he was such a present father.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
That is so beautiful to hear.
Yeah. Despite his busy work schedule and his busy life, he was a family man.
Tell us about his busy schedule. What was your father up to?
My late dad, his name was George Kamau Kahoro. He was the director of American Reference Center for about 20 years. It was actually 20 years. So look at my age, it was typically my whole literally like my whole life.
Yeah.
And his work really demanded him to be in and out of the country, working long hours, but he still found space to be home with us. Yeah.
That is so beautiful
Yeah.
because we know from a good number
Yeah.
of our fathers and the men that we've grown up seeing, when they are busy,
Yeah.
that's it. It's just work.
Wow.
Nyumbani wanakujanga technical appearance.
I know. He used to even cook. He would get time to cook for us.
Really?
Yes.
An African Kikuyu man would get in the kitchen and cook.
Yes.
That is special.
If
That
he
is-
wants to, he will.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I stand on that forever. Yeah.
And I know that, of course, like I said, you guys were close.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the things you guys used to do together.
Oh, wow. They're a couple, but my dad loved Chinese. So I remember growing up when I was younger, there was this place at a village market that used to be called Roro. I don't know if it's still there, but it was at the old wing. That is the old wing village market. That was our fave spot. I'm still a Chinese food lover.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. And we used to go to Karura for cycling. We were members at Aga Khan Sports Club. So really, because he became very active as years went by. Yeah. So it really connected us at the gym, at the pool. We spent a lot of time. Me and my dad would escape and go eat nyama choma, and we tell each other, don't tell anybody.
Well, now Mama Yvonne umejua.
Imagine.
They used to escape and go have nyama choma.
Yeah, well, we know both of us are like, we don't like eating that. We'll just escape and go. So, yeah.
It sounds like a very close-knit relationship between you. You were a serious daddy's girl, weren't you?
Oh my God. I was.
Kabisa.
I was.
You almost said I am.
Yeah, imagine.
Right?
I still forget sometimes, by the way.
I know.
Sometimes I'm like, my dad, I'm like, oh, sorry, my late dad. Yeah.
It's confusing sometimes because, and it always happens. And I think I'd like to take time to just tell somebody who's going out there that when it happens, don't feel so, like, don't beat yourself down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to grasp the reality of this person was.
Yeah.
Ama this person is. Like getting used to saying they were this is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not.
And I think many times a lot of situations will happen in your life and you'll be like, I wish my dad was here.
Yeah.
Or I wish my mom was here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your dad passed on during COVID times.
Yeah.
And let's backtrack it a little bit. When COVID hit, I remember it was when it got to the country, I think it was March 2020, right? Yes, because COVID started 2019, but in the country, the first case was recorded, I think, in March.
Yeah.
I remember very vividly because I was, I think, 1 month or a few weeks pregnant, because I remember everything changed and all. Did you and your dad ever have conversations about COVID?
Yes. My dad, having worked where he was working, of course, they took very big measures. I think they were even working from home at that moment, and you'll go to the office, I think, once a week. And we had a business in Dagoretti for meat supplies. It's called 3Q Meat Suppliers. And that place is very crowded. And now being COVID, you know, you have to wear a mask and all that. So it was a conversation, a household conversation. And I had just given birth. So my daughter was like 2 months. So, yeah, we talked about it because when you would come to see the kid, there's the whole sanitizing and masks. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about the point. First of all, how did your dad contract COVID?
Okay, so I can't quite remember, or even him, he probably didn't even know how he contracted it. But we all had COVID. My mom had COVID, my sister had COVID, I had COVID. Nearly the whole household. But when he started feeling off, and then he went to Nairobi Hospital, the Wambui outpatient. And at that time, beds were crowded. So this happened in November. Beds were full. to capacity. So he was directed to Karen Hospital where there was a bed. But this entire time he was walking himself. He walked himself to the ambulance. He was with my mom. I was not present. And, gave my mom his personal belongings, went on the ambulance, went with my mom. He was admitted. And I think I saw him the following day. And even when I saw him, he wasn't like sick. Like, he wasn't on oxygen or any of that. But his health started crumbling very fast, I think after day 2. Yeah, because day 4, when we went to see him on day 4, his eyes were yellow. He didn't have appetite. Yeah, but it never crossed our minds like this dude is gonna die. No,
I don't think it ever does.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever does, because even when someone is unwell, and you can see their health deteriorating, whether it is in a course of days or months or even years, there's no point that in your heart you start saying, maybe anafaa apumzike sasa. No, you're always praying for healing. Yeah. How was that process of seeing your dad's health going down? A man that you've known to be healthy and strong. I mean, you guys used to have all these activities together. How was it seeing his health going down like that?
It was very difficult, to be honest. And I thought he would beat it because that was not his first time being hospitalized. We really didn't think he would pass on. But I remember when we went to see him, I think a day before he passed or 2 days before he passed, he had this fear because now he was in the COVID ward. And the only reason why we were allowed to see him is because we also had COVID. So that was a saving grace too for us. And he would tell us somebody passed on here today. So he would, see people passing, and that really scared him. But it was such a rough time. It happened so fast. It really did happen so fast. Yeah.
Did he get to a point in the illness where you could? Before I ask you this question, when my mom was unwell, my mom had cancer, and when she was unwell, there's a point I looked at her towards the last days. I remember the last time she got admitted. There's a point I looked at her and I was looking for my mother in her because she was so unwell.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I could tell that things have changed. Of course, I didn't see the death coming still. But is there a point where you looked at your dad and you're like, okay, he is really sick. Like, he is really sick.
Yeah, I think when his eyes started yellowing, and then he asked, before I forget, he actually asked, I think 2 days prior, and this I came to learn once I studied mortuary science. 2 days to his death, he asked about his grandmother, now his mother's mother, who had passed on kitambo sana. I was like, she was here. I'm like, no, she wasn't. So I came to learn that actually before you pass on, you see your loved ones that have gone ahead of you.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's studied. It's there. You can read about it.
Your dad started asking about his grandmother who had passed on.
Yes.
He was saying that he had seen her.
Yeah, she was called Shushuaburi. And like, have you seen Shushuaburi? I'm like, dude, no. But at that moment, I didn't know. Now, later in life, I was like, so he really saw it.
He was slowly transitioning.
Yeah, it was slowly transitioning.
Of course, at that point, you didn't know what was happening.
No, I think we were just praying that he comes back home. Because he had just started getting grandchildren. His life had just started. He was looking forward to, he was young, he was 52.
That's so young.
He was so young. So he was like now looking forward to retirement, enjoying the babies, enjoying his businesses. But I think life has other plans. Yeah.
So there he is. He's gotten sick. He's in hospital. His eyes have started to yellow. Tell me about these last moments before he passed on.
So I saw him 2 days prior to his death. He was fine. But the day he died, he tried to call me like 3 times and I missed his call. And every time he would call me like, he would like, hi, mommy, or hi Kidwanye, that's what he would call me. So I tried to call him back, but his phone was off. I think my mom had taken it. And we never got to speak. But the last time I saw him, it's the time I saw his eyes were yellowing. But from my mom, she was like, she even fed him that day when she went. She was there with his sisters, his family. But later on that night, around midnight, that's when we got the call. Yeah.
From the hospital?
Yeah. Okay, I didn't get the call from the hospital, but my sister is the one who called me and told me, we are going to Karen. Kindly come. And I remember I used to live in Ruaka at that time. I've never driven so fast. And when we got to the hospital, I think what went through my mind when I saw vehicles that I know. So you can see Uncle Fulani's car, Auntie's Fulani's car. And I thought, why the heck are they here at this hour?
Yeah.
It still didn't hit.
Oh, it was night. It was
night
still.
at midnight.
Oh, yeah. Immediately after the phone call.
Yeah. So my sister was like, we are going to Karen. We've gone with a driver and mom, come. So I left.
Yeah.
So when I got there were cars that I am familiar with. I could see this is my aunt's car, my uncle's car. And it didn't still hit. Me, I just thought they're here to see him, but it didn't hit us at night. But when I got to the entrance of the hospital, so there's the lift, the stairs, and the ramp. I could hear somebody wailing from the floor. I think it was the 4th floor or 5th floor. And June, I don't know. I saw the lift, but I don't even know how I got there. I don't know. To date, I don't remember if I used the ramp or the stairs. But when I got there, everybody was crying, and I knew. I knew before I even could see him. And of course, we were led in because it was COVID time. We told not to touch, not to anything. And he was covered. They uncovered him for us.
Can we stop there first? How traumatic is it at that moment when you see somebody that you know and somebody that you love and somebody that you saw not so long ago and they're covered all the way up to the face?
It was the worst. I think it was the worst feeling because we have our last one then was so young. I think he was 9 and he was not there because he was still a child. He couldn't comprehend that. So I remember at that moment what hit me was that small boy. Nothing else was going through my mind. I was like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do?
You were carrying the grief for your brother.
Imagine, I was just carrying it. Because we kept telling him, he's coming back, he's not that sick. You get.
And then now you're like, what do we tell him after
what
this?
do we do? Yeah.
What is going through your mind at that moment when you're looking at your father's body there?
It was shock. I think I experienced all the emotions at that moment. There was shock, there was denial, there was bargaining, there was... it was bad. It was bad. But I think after that, what really hurt me that day, when we had to do the mortuary transfer. So by the time he was being taken to Lee, a cousin of ours from my dad's side had already posted him on social media. And I'm telling you, we've never ran that fast. Because remember, there's a child at home who has access to electronics, who can find out the passing of his father through social media. And actually, people should be very sensitive. Some things should come from the immediate family or when you're given a go-ahead.
That's absolutely true. Because so many people, okay, fine, we are all grieving the loss of this person, whether we were close to them or even at not a very close range. But be mindful before you start posting. Because some of the family members, some could be abroad, some are children, and maybe some don't even have the information.
Exactly.
And imagine you're just there and all of a sudden you're seeing rest in peace so and so.
People should be sensitive.
They should.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, but I think if you've not gone through grief or you've never lost somebody very close, I don't think you could ever understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I evaluated, she's never lost anything close. So probably she didn't understand what she was doing.
Yeah. Wow. So it is COVID times. Your dad has been moved to Lee.
Yeah.
Do you still have the 1 week that us people have for the matanga before the burial?
Yes, we by the grace of God, we were given that time. You remember that time we were being given 3 days,
Yes.
72 hours?
Yes.
But there were relatives who needed to come from abroad. And also traveling was an issue.
Absolutely.
So we were given some time. I think we buried him 7 days after his death.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about the burial.
It was a mix-up of, I can't even remember. But I think the most painful part is the throwing of the soil. I think that's what I remember. I think it hits you. This has actually happened. And it dawns on you, yeah, it's done.
You were lucky not to have had that that very traumatizing COVID funeral experience.
Oh, yeah, I remember the only thing we experienced out of the COVID restrictions, we could not get the coffin of the carriage that had carried the body. So it was not allowed in the church. And that was kind of hurting because alikuwa mzee wa kanisa. So the funeral had to be held outside the church, and his body was still in the truck.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Even the photos we have to date, we are standing outside. The body is inside the car, but we are standing outside.
Outside the car.
Not like the normal, the coffin is laid out.
Did you guys do a viewing?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was very quick. Yeah.
What was going through your mind during the burial process? Do you even remember?
I was
what
feeling, I
happened?
think, and this is the trauma of being a firstborn daughter. In that moment, I think I was carrying my mom. I was carrying my mom's grief and the younger kids, because I have 2 younger ones behind me.
Yeah.
And I got to feel everything, I think, after. I never really grieved in that moment because you have to be up and down to doing buying clothes, knowing ABCD. Yeah, so I never really got to grieve in that moment. Everything was happening so fast, and I still had a young one who was barely 1. Yeah, so it was juggling, not trying to get others sick. And what is it called? The way people treated us because they knew it was COVID. Oh my.
The stigma.
The stigma around it, it was so bad because everyone was fearing to get sick. Yeah.
Wow. I've never imagined the weight of grieving during COVID times. Because I remember even all the cases that would see and videos that would see of people burying their loved ones who've passed on because of COVID. And I would imagine, my God, it's hard enough that you've lost a loved one. Now, on top of that, you have the stigma from society.
Exactly.
You have all these restrictions, which, okay, it's fine. We understand that they had to be there.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine how heavy it must have been. And now I understand how you grieved later.
Yeah, I grieved
because in the
later.
moment you had to carry the burden for
You're trying
many
to
other
keep,
people.
because as I've told you, I had COVID. So you're trying to, even protect yourself from spreading it to others.
And your little one as well.
Yeah, but she had it. It was bad. June, it was bad. It was, may something like that never happen again. Yeah.
We thank God for his grace.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, some situations like that, you feel like they're going to kill you.
True.
Like they're just going to crush you and it is the end as we know it.
Yeah.
But to be able to stand firm 1 year later, 2 years later,
It's not easy.
it takes the grace of God.
It does.
It does.
It does.
It really does. Tell me about life after. We are always talking on the show about support systems.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and family and friends who become family and family who become something else. Tell me about how was life after,
Ooh. Wow. Where? I think we lost him and lost everything that was tied to him. We expected like people like his family, not all of them, but his immediate siblings. Of course, my dad was the only son, so the rest are just ladies.
Yeah.
So we expected maybe probably our aunties would hold my mom through the grief. My mom is the only child. So it's bad enough that she doesn't have siblings. We expected them to be a support system for her. But it turned out not to be to this very day. My siblings and I had to relearn who we were because there was some form of hostility to this very day.
Yeah.
It's not like we are family anymore. Yes, and how they treat our mother, clearly, oftentimes just looks like we are not family. We are just bounded probably just by name and by the grave site. Yeah. But generally, my mom's family, her own side of the family, have been very good to her. They've been a support system, and they've worked with her the journey. And her friends, she has very solid friends, and the church really helped her. And now us. But for us children, it's very hard to, because my dad was a family man. He was the one who hosted and everything. I'm telling you, since he passed on, we've never had Christmas with that family.
Are you serious?
Yes, yet we used to have it every year. So relearning that, 20 years plus of doing something consistently and having that taken away from you, these are people you've known for all your life. These are people, even when my mother was getting married to that home, alipata wengine wakiwa watoto. So these people you've grown up with, literally. And they just wake up one day, and in a time they're supposed to be there for you, they become total strangers. It's a hard thing. It is. I think even my daughter doesn't know them. Knows them by seeing them, but doesn't know them really.
Doesn't really have a relationship with them. Yeah. What brought this hostility? What is it that was tying them to their brother, but now that their brother is no longer there, they can't find a place to hold this relationship with his family?
I wouldn't know clearly what's on their end, but I would say probably money and inheritance play a factor. As I've told you, my dad was the only son.
Yeah.
And at some point, there's a conversation that came up of inheritance and all that. And hapo ndipo shida zilianza. And it's never been the same again. Yeah. It's never been the same again.
They don't reach out. They don't try
they don't
to
reach
check
out.
on you guys.
Like recently, there was a ratio of a cousin of mine from that end, and I saw it on social media.
Are you serious?
Other cousins walikuwa wamesimamia, and my mom was invited like last minute, like a by the way. Ndio asije akasema hakuitwa, or it's not intentional.
Yeah.
You can tell that a ceremony they thought through for months. It was well put together. It was a very beautiful ceremony. It was well put together. So it's not something that they thought of overnight. They had time planning, even for the other cousins to, get in the lineup. And this specific lady was coming from the US. So it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
To tell us last minute, I actually didn't attend because I felt, why? Yeah. But I later on saw everything on social media. It was a beautiful ceremony, but those are the instances that remind you they really have a problem with us. So,
yeah. Which is so unfortunate because you guys also lost your father.
Yeah, and my mom being the only child on her end,
Yes,
these
so
are the only cousins we have. Yes. And now it's like they've helped their parents carry the baggage, carry the hatred. So you lose a whole identity.
Oh, God.
Like if I was to have my Rurasho today, I wonder what cousin will be on my lineup because I don't have.
Yeah.
In terms of closeness, it's not there. It's not.
And these
there.
are people growing up. You had a close relationship.
Yeah, before my dad passed, we were all cool. I don't know what happened.
Have you guys ever tried to have conversation, like I don't know, a reconciliation or just?
I think for me personally, my mom still has to go for family things on their end. But for me, I've kept my distance since then.
Yeah.
Because I've not yet healed from my dad completely. So being around them will just trigger me. And because we are not the ones inflicting the pain, we cannot start the conversation. I think it doesn't hold room until they can hold room for it, or they can reflect and see whatever they're doing is actually wrong.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about that. I can't imagine because, like, for me, on my mom's side, we have always been very close. And so trying to imagine how that could just drastically change, gosh, it's something very hard to
My
fathom.
mom's family has been amazing to us.
And then to get that hostility.
Yeah.
It's so unfair.
Yeah. I think I often thank God for my mom's family. They've really been a good support system for us. Yeah. But the other side, you're left at a place to think, should I just assume we never had a family?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're forced to forget them.
Yeah, which is of course not easy.
Yeah, I think for me, I had a mental funeral.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even now, I can meet one of them in public, like in a supermarket, and if I notice them before they notice me, I will just walk away. Because it's very hard, June, when you experience your mother being treated in a manner that is not conducive for her.
Yeah.
It affects you as a child of that home.
Gosh, that is so unfortunate. My God. How many years has it been now?
It's been 5 years.
5 years.
Jen.
Wow. Yeah. How have the memorials been?
We did we did the memorial, I think, after 2 years. We have the Kikuyu thing that we call Kogororia Birira. Is it Kogororia? Yes. So we had that. We invited his friends, his family, and his workmates. But since then, it's just been us. On Father's Day, on his birthdays, and his memorials, we lay some flowers, and that's it. And we keep telling our children who he was.
How is it when you go back to the grave?
It always feels like it just happened. That's why I always say, I think I'm far from healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I even avoid it. And many times it's hard because where his grave is, it's our driveway, the farm is just there. Yeah. So it's something you can see through the driveway. Yeah.
I like to have these conversations because, for one, it brings healing even to us who've gone through grief. Yeah. And it is my hope that somebody who watches it out there and has gone through the same, some of the things that we go through are almost similar. Yeah. And I usually pray that somebody who's watching us out there knows that they are not alone, because I'll tell you for sure, my mom has been buried in Langata. Ako tu hapa karibu na Sherehe base. And every time, home is Kiserian, so every time I would go home and I would pass through Langata, it was always that same feeling. You know the way you feel when you're driving through that driveway to go to the farm?
It's a heavy feeling. It's
a heavy feeling. And it wouldn't matter whether niko kwa matatu ama niko wapi, it would always be heavy. First year, second year, third year. And I'm telling you, we did 3 years ago, took 2025, 3 years ago, we did the 10-year anniversary. And it hurt.
I know.
It still hurt. Because I went to that gravesite and everything was fresh.
Okay.
Maybe some people will argue and say, maybe don't go back, Ama, you need to do something different, do what. But this is someone I knew all my life. Yeah. And I'm telling you, going back to that gravesite 10 years later, I stood there and you know how in the movies they play around with graphics and you stand there and everything comes back to life. I stood there and I remember seeing the tents. Yeah. I remember seeing that Umash hearse. Yeah. And everything felt so
surreal.
Yes. And so in that moment. Yeah. And I'd like to just tell someone out there that it's okay to have that feeling. Yeah. You're not abnormal. Yeah. You're not weak. And even if you're in a moment of weakness, it's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, the Bible says it is in our weakness that God's strength is made powerful. So there are those moments. Yeah. Kuna hizo moments and they'll just...
Does grief ever end? I don't think so.
Grief doesn't end. You just learn to carry it with time. They say that time is a healer. I don't know about that statement, but you just learn to deal with it and to carry it. Yeah. And and grief is crazy because losing your father let me tell you something about this girl. Losing her father made her go on a journey that I don't know people who would go on such a journey. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Please tell our viewers about it.
So after my dad's loss, I went back to school. I was at Nairobi University and I did mortuary science.
Who does that?
And it was my way of making peace with death and familiarizing myself with death because I realized I became so afraid of everything, literally. And I needed to find a way to function because death is a part of life. And this life will lose a lot of loved ones. And I also wanted to help people who lose their loved ones because many times you meet some morticians in the mortuary and you wonder. Yeah, some are very cold.
True.
Yeah, because I felt though Lee was very good to us, but other places that we've gone, there's no compassion, there's no empathy. Yeah.
So you went and did mortuary science. So not only did you familiarize yourself with death, you were there.
Yes, I was there. Now I don't fear anymore.
Did that help you get some sort of closure?
Yes, it really, really did.
Oh yeah?
It really, really did. I got better. I was dysfunctional for about 2 years. Yeah. After his passing, I think I went under depression. I had a business. I had a spa.
I remember.
I was unable to run the spa. I had to sell it. So I felt like my whole life was just crumbling down. And I felt like therapy would not help. So I wanted to face it head on. Yeah. Yeah, and I did.
I didn't even know that is what happened to your business.
Yeah. You know, businesses really suffered after COVID. Yes. So there was the COVID aspect. And there's the aspect of
you grieving.
You're grieving. You're young. You have a child. Yeah. You have loss. Everything just stopped. Many things for me stopped for about 2 years and a half. Yeah.
So when we talk about things that we do to cope with the grief, yours was going to school and familiarizing with death.
Yeah, death and grief.
Because this is the first time that death had come at close range.
Yes, at close range.
Very, very close.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, when we talk about ways of coping,
others have
some of us drink, some of us pray, some of us cry.
I was so scared of that. I was scared to land myself into addiction or what was not constructive. Yeah. So I decided just do this. Maybe then you'll find some closure. And I woke up one day and just went and asked. And they told me just apply, and I applied. Yeah.
Wow. That's a whole different coping mechanism. Yeah. How has life been after? You mentioned some grandchildren. How has life been after 5 years later?
It's been good, but I think it could be better if he was around.
Yeah.
I think holidays and special occasions are the hardest. Many times I've even asked myself, when it's my time for my rurasho or my wedding, how hard, I already know how hard such things will be. Christmases are never the same. So many things are never the same. But we move on. We move on and carry him with us every day and keep his memory alive.
Yeah. It's not usually easy, but unfortunately, life has to go on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, life just has to go on. But the good thing is you can always look at some aspects and be like, God,
sometimes
God
I remember
is still
him and
faithful.
laugh. There's some good memories I just laugh.
Yeah. Me, I always remember when my mom used to shrub. My mom is from the mountain, so is my dad, but my dad has a bit of mixed. I always remember how she used to shrub, and she would say some things like, if she was to say chase, you'll find her saying chase. You know, she's from
Nyeri.
From Nyeri. So you'll remember some things and you'll just laugh. Yeah.
I think it's not all bad.
It's not.
It's not all bad.
Yeah. I see you have a very nice portrait of your dad.
Yeah. Somebody gifted it to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, painting. It was very beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is so nice. And I remember seeing even your daughter being there around it.
Oh, and she looks exactly like him.
She does.
She looks exactly like him. So also her, she's a very good reminder. She smiles like this. I just see him.
Yeah.
They are twinnies. But you can't help and, grieve that, dynamic of if he was here, he could have loved you or...
Yeah.
Because they really missed out on their grandfather.
I tell you.
They really did.
I always think about that with my daughters and I'm like, gosh, actually you guys should have met your shosho because she was vibes.
Yeah. And I think for us it hurts more because our parents died very young.
They did.
Yeah. I think if you lose, every loss is painful, but when they've walked with you until you're like 60 years or 50, it won't hurt as deep as a child who doesn't even know who they are yet. Who are still trying to
sometimes
navigate.
I look back, I'm like, angengoja nifike my 20s because that's 20s kidogo tumeblanda, fumble hapo, and sometimes I can't help but think, but everything happens with a reason. Yeah. I'm gonna say it that way because sometimes that statement doesn't make sense, especially when grief is when the loss is very fresh. Yeah. But you look back and you can honestly see the goodness of God.
Yeah.
And his faithfulness because hatungekuwa hapa.
Ni kweli.
Mi ungeniambia ati I can celebrate 10 years, ningekwambia uongo.
I know.
Ningekwambia uongo because me I even contemplated suicide, like all these things,
all these things. Yeah, it's hard.
And especially when you're going through a tough time.
Yeah.
Where it always
it's only the grace of God that we are still sane.
I tell you.
Yeah, and we are not in the graves ourselves.
I tell you.
It's by the grace of God.
Wow. I like the kind of relationship that you and your dad had. Would you say it impacts the kind of choice you make maybe when you're dating?
Oh, yes.
It does?
Yes, my dad was an alpha male.
Uh-huh.
So he was those proper providers, protectors, prayer. He was a prayerful man. Mm-hmm. So I think every time I'll compare that person to him, even the little things, he was a very considerate man, very quiet and not judgmental, gave us space to be ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think the kind of man you are really, your daughter will show up with somebody like you. So men should actually look at it like, am I giving her the best example? So it does.
Yeah.
It really, really does. It really does.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. I like that you had a good marking scheme for a gentleman growing up. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, you are really blessed.
Totally.
Yeah. Do you sometimes think about how you'd have a conversation with him if you had a chance. The reason I ask that is because on the show we have a segment called One Last Phone Call.
Wito wa moyo wangu, nirudishie furaha.
You just pick up your phone. It's a pretend phone call.
Yeah.
And then you just talk to them. You just have a 1-minute conversation with them. And so...
What you'd like to tell them? Or?
Yes. Yes. Like if you had just 1 minute to tell them something or to have a conversation. So I'm just going to ask you to take your phone.
Okay.
And yeah, make that one last phone call.
Pretend phone call. I wish I would call him.
I know.
I wish heaven had a phone.
There's a song like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Pops. Mommy misses you. The kids miss you. I miss you. That was too early. That was too early. We are navigating life. We are finding our identity again. And I know we shall meet someday. Bye.
I like that. We all look forward to that time we are told we will meet them again.
This is why I want to give my life to Christ.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, actually my dad gave his life to Christ, I think, 3 months before.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Alikuwa mzee wa kanisa. That uniform they wear. I don't know what they are called. I'm from ACK. I'm an Anglican. Wanaitangwa aje?
I have no idea.
Yeah, those ones. So he had just streamlined his relationship. Though he was a prayerful person, but that was the step of like streamlining. So I know he's up there, and I want to see him someday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I keep telling myself, you have to go see him up there. Achana mambo ya nasa ya dunia. Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I think it's very, very important to just have an intimate relationship with God and with the Holy Spirit, because that's how you're able even to navigate the last moments.
Yeah.
Because
I think I found God when I lost my dad. I used to pray at Evo, but since I lost my dad, I just, everything that happens to me to this very day, I'm always like, you're the father of the fatherless. You're everything that I need. And I know my dad could give me if he was here. I usually just petition it to God. I'm like, you called him up there. You are my father. Do your thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's absolutely important.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that
God.
After losing your dad, you gained a relationship with God.
I didn't have. It was there, but it wasn't till like I would find myself. I'd read the Bible every day. To me, that's a shocker because I never used to.
Oh yeah.
I fast sometimes. I never used to.
Wow.
So yeah, I think I found God there, and God found me there. Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful. Normally, I would ask you what you would tell somebody out there that is going through the same. Maybe they just lost their dad, who they were close to. But I want to change the question today. Before we started the show, we said that we'll just flow with it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I don't want to ask you that question. Instead, I want to ask you, what would you tell that girl out there that is as close as you are with your father, or maybe is not as close as you are with your father? What would you tell somebody who still has their dad right now?
You don't know the importance of your dad until his chair is empty, especially as a woman. Cherish your dad, hata kama akwaje, as long as they're not abusive in any way, shape, or form. You can respect them from a distance. But if you have your dad, just cherish that person, because as a daughter, besides your mother, nobody will ever protect you like your dad. And one day you want to look back, and be grateful for the moments you spent.
Oh yeah.
Take photos, go wherever you want to go with them, spend time, because you'll miss them. And the sad thing about life is that death is guaranteed.
Absolutely.
So we live knowing it will happen.
Yeah.
We just don't know when.
That is such a beautiful message. My relationship with my father is a work in progress. But
I love it for you.
We are trying. Especially
trying.
now that I have grown a bit, that's when we
Yeah.
are now becoming closer.
Yeah.
And there's something that you said that I found really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I like that you're in this spiritual journey right now. You said that we should respect our fathers regardless of how they are. Because the Bible says honor your father and mother. It doesn't say honor your responsible father and mother. It doesn't say honor your saved father and mother. Hata akiwaje.
Kama mweleani, mpe heshima zake.
True. Yeah, just honor them while they're still here. Because there's nothing as bad as when they are gone. And you say, oh my goodness, I wish I did this. If you feel like, don't even wait for Father's Day.
Yeah.
If you feel something pushing you in your spirit, just go see your dad, go see them. If you feel you want to buy them a shoe, go buy them a shoe. Yeah. If you feel that you've wronged them, seek for forgiveness. Yeah. And something I always say, and actually we were having this conversation even with my dad, parents are also human beings. And there's also the inner child in them. Na mzazi ukweli saa zingine atakukasirisha.
Ukweli.
As a child, be very, very wary of how you talk to your parent, because the anger and the pain of your parent is a curse upon you. Yeah. And I know not all parent-children relationships are the best, but still, respect that parent that God gave you. Alikupea na sababu. Whether they drink, whether they do what, that's your parent. And like she said, you can respect them from a distance, because it's also important to be safe. Usikae hapo in an abusive situation.
Mental health is very important.
Yes. And your life, because some people have lost their lives in the hands of their parents. Yeah, so just respect them. Bottom line, respect them, honor them when you can. Not when you can, honor them. And if you can do nice things for them, do that.
And
while
realize
they're still here.
And realize it's also their first time living. There's no manual that was given to them. Even them, they've carried some trauma from their generation. They'll pour it to you unknowingly. So just know it's also their first time living. It's their first time living.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna make mistakes just like you.
I wouldn't have had any better advice than what you've given. And that's why I thought of changing that question. And I think you've answered it so beautifully. And you're doing such an amazing job. Even at just adulting. This woman is an amazing entrepreneur. She sees business everywhere, this one. Huyu ukitembea na yeye.
Just a Murima babe.
She's a Murima babe. Wherever she is an opportunity. Opportunity.
There has to be money here. Yes.
Yeah. And just to enjoy life. I mean, there are those tough moments, but when you have...
That is life.
That is life. That is life, true. Yeah.
Dance in the rain.
Yeah, hata kama umeretouch tu saa hiyo.
You
dance in the rain.
Yeah.
I love the conversation we've had. First of all, thank you so much for coming, for making time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We need to try and get our high school people.
I know.
Acha tuone if we can do a reunion.
Yes.
Yeah, watu watapigana. I don't think after all these years we have the energy.
No. Now we're summer moms, so...
Yeah. Thank you once again.
You're welcome.
And to our viewers, thank you for your continued support and watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We are uploading videos every week, every single week. And if you have a story you'd like to share with us, if you'd like to share with us your journey of grief, reach out to us. We'll be very, very happy to be in communication with you. And then you can come and let's share. Let's encourage people out there that are going through the same thing. Until next time, bye.